These are the top 5 most beautiful places to visit in Idaho. What's up guys, my name is Angelo and there is none good but one, and that is God. Let's start off at the Brunei Sand Dunes. This place boasts the tallest freestanding sand dune in North America, which reaches an epic height of 470 feet. And oh yes, I did climb up it. Now this place is super awesome. It costs $7 to get in, and then you drive about 5 minutes down a short road until you reach the smaller of the 2 dune areas. You can hang out on the first dune like I did for a while, but the big dune can be accessed via a parking lot to the right of the first small dune. You'll begin taking a well-made path that goes along the lake until you eventually come out to see the massive dune before you. I watched others as they went up it before I began the ascent myself. By the time I got up there, I was so out of breath, but then a crazy thing happened. The wind picked up and all of a sudden it started hailing. It was a crazy feeling and I really wanted to see how all this looked from above, so I took out my drone and flew over the dune in the hailstorm. The atmosphere was completely crazy and it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The Brunei Sand Dunes are a must visit when in Idaho. After that, we are going to Shoshone Falls. Nicknamed the Niagara of the West because of its size, this massive waterfall is another bucket list place in Idaho. Now it is taller than the Niagara Falls at 212 feet with also a width of 900 feet. Now getting here is very easy as you just have to put this place in your GPS and it will take you straight to it. There's a parking lot right next to the falls with many viewpoints to see it from. No doubt the best view is the one you get when you go onto the pier that puts you right in front of the waterfall. When the sun is shining, there is a constant rainbow in front of it, making for excellent photos. At the back of the parking lot is another viewpoint of the falls with no people at it, so you can marvel at the gushing water in peace. When I was here, another crazy hailstorm showed up. Next, we are going to the desolate volcanic land awesomely named the Craters of the Moon. Driving up to this place is amazing as for miles the area around you is nothing but chunks of black rock. When I went, the air was calm and it was foggy and hazy everywhere, which made this place very eerie. I remember sending a video to my mom and she said this place looked super evil. Along the drive there are just so many amazing views to stop and look at. I always travel early in the morning to beat the crowds, and as a result the road had no cars on it and I had this entire place to myself. I love photography and this place had no shortage of great backdrops for amazing photos. My favorite place in this park is the first boardwalk that you go on that takes you along this area that looks so sinister enough to be a place I don't want to be at if it was still an active volcano. The volcanic structures through the area add to the sense of eeriness I felt. Just imagine if you were here and there's smoke and fire everywhere. Towards the end of the boardwalk is this twisted tree that probably has an epic story hidden in its roots. As I continued along the road in the park, I found this area where the ground was made of red volcanic rock. I walked out onto it and got a super wide view of all the desolation that was before me. There was still snow everywhere and the deep blacks of the rock contrasted very well with the white of the snow. Now let's head over to the Centennial Waterfront Park. This area adds to the list of the epic views in Idaho. My mood was very elevated here and I felt so happy. Located in the city of Twin Falls, this park has epic views all around it. I found this elevated mound area in the center and got the best view of the Perrine Bridge. It's this massive bridge that looks so epic as it goes over one of the most beautiful canyons in the US that I have seen, the Snake River Canyon. The same river is where the Shoshone Falls lives that I visited earlier. The canyon is just so super wide. Also in this park is a really tall waterfall flowing down into the canyon, and behind where I was standing was one of the most beautiful golf courses I had ever seen. This water park is such a gem and I stayed here most of the day taking photos and acting like a kid. Lastly, we're going to the City of Rocks. I love this name and I'm also crazy for strange rock formations, and they were everywhere here. As the name says, it's just this large area with massive rocks of all shapes and sizes scattered about. You can drive through this entire area as you gaze at the behemoth stones. While I was there, it began snowing and everything was hazy, making for a crazy vibe, especially when you see the outline of these rocks in the distant fog. As you go along the road, you'll notice many areas that you can turn out on and get out and do some hiking at. The first one I pulled out on led me to climbing on top of one of these rocks, and it was full of these eroded holes. As I gazed out on the field in front of me, I felt like I was looking into the prehistoric past, and I was just hoping to see a brontosaurus come out. I explored another turnoff that had this crazy rock formation that looked like a backbone of an ancient creature. It twisted around and became an opening in the rock. Just below this crazy place is another opening which is full of more epic formations that filled the canyon floor. Now the park is huge and I recommend you drive all the way to the end because you'll see so many insane formations along the way, and there's also this abandoned house down the road that makes for a great photo. Well, that's gonna do it for my Idaho top 5. Idaho is full of more epic places such as the Sawtooth Mountains, but I would love to come back back to this amazing state in the summer. God bless, and I hope to see everyone in the next video.